So this is one of the little construction things I made. I'm not sure I'm finished with it yet. I might add a little bit of rigging to the thing, pulleys and stuff. I will cut very thin pieces of black to create the rigging. This is my favorite one I made yesterday, I think. I just love the alligator jaw underbite here on this one. I have to remember to turn them the other way. Here's one that's sort of turned the other way. This is just goofy and fun. There was a piece of cardboard that was shaped like this, and I turned it into this. Not quite sure what this is, but that's what I turned it into. It looks sort of like a forklift. I don't know if that's the steering wheel or the smokestack or what, but I don't need to define that, I don't think. That's sort of what's fun about these abstractions. This one is speeding along because the wheels are doing that, which is a what's it called? Pierre, use your big words. It's not a tradition. It's a something that people use as a what is it called? Like cartoonists use big eyes because that's part of their shtick, and drawing wheels that do that, that's part of the shtick as well. But there's a word that is more descriptive than the word shtick, and it's a 3-syllable word, sort of like tradition. Anyway, they employ a device, a design device, which are these wheels that look like the cars racing that way. And if you take a picture of a car and your shutter speed is really slow, I guess, you do get that, the picture starts being exposed here, the film, and then it goes up. So by the time the shutter goes up, the front of the car is moved further that way. Is that how that works? Anyway, so here we go. This one, speeding along in that direction. Using that same box, I came up with this, and I don't like this one yet. I may like it later. There are machines on the railroad behind me or beside me and around me that sort of look like this. Here's a little sports car. Some of these things are supporting cast members, in a large diorama, which these will all be part of. You need to have things like this that are very simple to make things like this that are more complex, or things like this that are much more complex. You need to have the bit players in the background like this. This one also isn't quite resolved. I think I'm going to make a crane arm come up here like this. But some of these tractors out around me, and these cranes, are very fragile looking. And of course they're not, but they look very spindly, like I wouldn't get anywhere near the top of that tower because it looks like it would just fall down in a gust of wind, and sometimes they do. So anyway, there's that one. What is that word? two little ones here, little cranes. Again, these might be in the background. I sometimes create things where there's something in the foreground below a hill closer to you than one in the background. So the ones that are in the background follow the rules of perspective and get smaller. Let's see, what else did I do yesterday? I did this one. You saw me doing this one, this little tractor. Little backhoe bulldozer thing. And sort of a tow truck kind of a thing here. Again, these might be these will recede into the background because they're smaller and they're less colorful. And here we have a little trailer with something on it. Here we have another little car, little Jeep. It's kind of like a Jeep. And this guy's late for work. This guy's can't stand it. It's too noisy. I don't want to hear this anymore. God damn you. Get back to work. And here's a little plaid wagon. I don't know what's going to happen to this. Convention. That's the word. Convention. 3 syllables. I was right. A convention of drawing things in a certain way, drawing wheels that are ovals, not round, is the convention that certain illustrators and cartoonists use to describe motion. They also add those 3 or 4 little lines behind something to suggest that it used to be here and now it's over there. And sometimes those conventions I use in my illustrations. Usually I don't. My drawings are generally more static. But I want to learn how to use them. So today's job, I've got a plan to make these very tall cranes. There are 3 of them in the distance outside my window, and they're all red, and they're not connected to each other, though I may need to do that to keep them from falling down. And then they've got the spindly towers they're on, and then they've got the cab, the machinery here, and then they've got a counterbalance over here, and then a long arm of other spindly stuff with a cable coming down with a girder down here, and connected to the girder is a guy with a hard hat with super glue holding him to a girder, if you remember those commercials from the olden days. So this is what I did yesterday. That was pretty good. I mean, that was yesterday starting at about 3 o'clock when I was going mental. I have this box of A4 pizza. It's an A4 pizza box. And these might turn into some sort of tractor-like thing. Little tiny pizzas. I think this one doesn't have any pizza sauce on it. Oops. Might have a tiny bit of oil or grease or whatever pizzas have. I have more DeWalt boxes. I really like these DeWalts. They're the right color. But I have one box that's made of lightweight cardboard, which I can cut with the scissors. The other one is really thick, double or triple weight cardboard, which requires an X-Acto knife and lots of pressure. So that's why I may not do any more yellow ones at the moment, but work on these 3 red cranes. And I'll just show you the red. Here's the debris field from last night. Here's the debris field from today. Here's my red. So I've got shiny red, I've got semi-gloss red, I've got dull red. I have even duller red somewhere, but I've got, some of these came from the Milwaukee box. So it's going to be red, black, and green are these towers. And there are going to be, 4 of these will make the base, and it'll go up to there. It'll be 10 feet tall or so. I have to measure the gallery to see the size. There's a column in the middle of the gallery, and I'm hoping to put 3 of these on one half the column. Whether there'll be one per facet. It's an octagonal column, and you see 3 or 4 sides depending on your angle that you are to the column, and I'm hoping I can put these on 2 facets, and the lowest part of the structures that stick out will be below normal head height. So below my head height, which is 6'4". So if that's 6 feet, 12 feet, yeah, it'll fit. So that's our plan. I don't know if let me just show you while I'm here, I'll show you the cranes. Okay, cat, you have to move. Oh, you're not the cat. In the dark, a white sock looked like part of my cat. Avert your eyes. There's a painting of a naked man right here. You don't want to see a naked man. Oh, well, now the sun is hitting us right in the kisser. I'm gonna zoom there. Way in the distance there is a trio of cranes. So when the sun gets over the yard arm, I will go out and get my binoculars and do some sketches, and then work from the sketches. Okay. There, we're back. So anyway, this debris field will even be more of a debris field, but out of the debris field will come something that looks like this. And way at the bottom here, you might find some of these trucks. So that's the plan. I don't know if I'm in focus. Am I in focus? That's the plan, and I'm having fun. It doesn't look like it, does it? But I am. It's really a fun little project to create the construction around my building by using recycled cardboard that otherwise would end up in a landfill or turned into another box. But now they're turned into, I'm just keeping it from the landfill for a short time. I don't, these might end up in another person's house. There's a couple people in my building that want to buy them when I finish them. And one already has, for that matter, actually. So they will move elsewhere. Will they end up in a museum? Probably not, but I do have work in a museum, so I can cross that off my list. A couple museums, actually, come to think of it. So anyway, I'm having fun, and I hope that you also can play. I'm curious, you viewers there in Radio Land, TV Land, YouTube Land, what do you do for play? What is the most playful thing you do? And don't say you play baseball. That doesn't count. That's playing a game. What is play for you? Let me know.